All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Second City Saints. Today, we are going to be talking about um, Harris. Finally, at least she's going to be pushed as being the nominee. It looks like it did happen over the weekend, right? Biden did step down, um, and he finally stepped aside. And well, like I was wrong. It wasn't Friday, and it was the weekend, as the rumors had
Right.
said. I still didn't think it was going to happen on the weekend, but then again, it was like, well, maybe they thought it would go like under the radar, like nobody would freaking notice. But so
The
be
way they
it.
did it, though, it was just, again, this is all bizarre. The letter had no White House letterhead. There was no, signature. Like, there was a signature, right? It was Biden's, maybe a signature, but it looked like a signature. And then but there was no title underneath the signature, which is just kind of bizarre. Anytime when there's a release from the White House, there's always, like, those consistencies. And it just seems like I don't know, maybe he didn't want to, but hey, yeah, we tried talking to you privately, tried signaling to you, but
Yeah.
now it's time to just go away.
Well, the rumor is that they were they were gonna push the 25th Amendment, like they were gonna push him out and kind of like ruin his name, right?
Right.
My thing is, again, it goes to show that politics is dirty, and anybody that somehow thinks that the Republicans are just horrible people, it's like, bro, how do you not see what the Democrats are doing? Like, I get it, you want to win, but and I don't know if it's true or not, but I just feel like Biden was so like gung ho about staying this
Right.
entire time,
Right.
and all of a sudden he just decides and says, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna pass the torch." No, he was pressured in by something. They have something on him, or they were gonna invoke the 25th amendment on him and just get him out. And it's. I mean, I get it. It's politics, but it
Right.
really irritates me when somehow people think the Republicans are nasty people. Well, your side is just as nasty, if not worse.
Right.
I personally think the Democrats are worse, right? They're just a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? So they
Yeah.
pretend to be the good guy, but they're really, really awful. But I don't know
It,
what do you think that
no,
he got out, man?
well, leading up into Sunday, I mean, mid afternoon, right? I think it was like going into the afternoon. And then um it seems like my brother has like his alerts, and anytime his phone buzzes he has to just immediately share, because then
Hmm.
I looked at Biden's Twitter, and sure enough it was there. His letter was uploaded. And then um and then the just news started spreading again. And then um from there you started to see, okay, well, where's he at? You would usually make a don't just release a sheet of paper
Yeah,
and then announce that, hey, on Wednesday I'll be addressing the nation. It just so much in between. It's like, dude, just come out. Hey, that's typically when a president jumps on the airwaves and says, I will not be the candidate for 2020 for the Democratic Party. But then it's just like, okay, so then there's that part, right? Then you have
yeah,
Harris. At first, she wasn't endorsed as the candidate or backed by Biden. It was like an hour later where it's like, oh, I think we forgot to endorse someone, because you want to transition to a backed candidate so everybody else can have at least an idea of where we're going,
yeah.
direction. But that didn't happen right away, and then it did. And then it didn't go to a vote. Like, it just seems like, hey, this is what we're doing, everybody get in the car, we're going. When there was parts of the Democratic Party, where's the vote at with this, instead of,
Yeah.
hey, let me pick up the phone and get all these delegates to come over. Now it's a matter of, okay, where's this 90+ million dollars in donations coming in, and it's coming from the Biden's charity. I don't know the logistics of that, but it just seems like, okay, well, you're kind of portraying it as Kamala Harris raised $100 million in funds for her run, but it just ends up being the money that was in the Democratic Party to begin with, not necessarily brand new monies that have been raised. So it's just a lot of questions, man, that I have, and it just gives again, it's just like what the hell is going? It's like a whirlwind. But
Yeah.
yeah, so where everything goes from here, I think it's too late to say, yeah, there's not going to be a vote. I think they just their plan is to go into the Democratic convention that Harris is the candidate, and then they'll secure it in August, and now it's like who's VP, who's going to be running VP,
Yeah.
and that could be JB Pritzker. I heard Bashir from Kentucky, governor, Democrat there. Whitmer bowed out. She's like, I'm not doing that crap. So, and Gavin
Bro,
endorsed Kamala.
that's a dumpster fire I would not want to be in. Like
Yeah. Oh,
if bro, I mean the reason I'm laughing is I think it would only be the stupidity of the left to pick someone like Pritzker. The
yeah.
guy sucks. Like
Yeah. No,
the guy
he's
has
not.
destroyed Illinois almost as bad as Brandon Johnson has been demolishing Chicago. You know, I mean,
Imagine that.
I
They're both at the same time just
yeah, and
crushing everything.
I don't understand. Like, this is why like when people say, "Oh, the Trump followers are a cult," like, hey, look, I'm not gonna deny that there's probably people that are kind of cult like in their belief
Right.
in Trump, but the thing is like they focus on the guy as opposed to the ideology or what they
Right.
represent, right?
Right.
You're just as stupid and as cultish. The only difference is you don't have a singular figure that you're following. You're following the ideology. You're following the belief beyond rationale, logic, whatever, everything that's telling you to not follow them for those policies, you still follow them, and that's a cult like figure, right? But
Right.
it's just, I mean, it's no different than religion. And again, it go like, and this could be a topic for a different day, but it's like the left is constant, or there are a lot of people on the left who are constantly talking about, oh, religion, this religion. You have your own religion. It's called leftism, right? That's
Right.
all it is, right? I mean, you're following a tenet, you're following a belief system. It's the same freaking thing, but at least humanity has been surviving pretty well off with religion. Sure, there's been wars and stuff,
Right.
but man, like the left has also caused a lot of death as well, and they did it in a lot shorter period than religion has, right? But just to get back on topic, um, yeah, like the like what you were saying, all that money coming in, it's like, well, I don't like that Trump filed
He did.
to
I
try and
saw
stop
that.
that money. I don't like that, right? Like my thing
Yeah.
is, hey, look, they got the money, whether you like it or not. I get
Right.
it, but that money was there for that party. Let it go, right? Just
Right.
take
Right.
take the L on this one. Just let it go. But at the same time, you're right, because I believe it was CNN who said, "Oh, she raised all this money in 24 hours, which broke a record." No, it wasn't her. That was the war
So
chest that
stupid.
was being held back,
Right.
and all the
Right.
donors that said they were holding everything back until the change came. It's
Right.
not her, right?
Right.
So that's dishonest. But I also definitely see where you're coming from as far as like, um, so who picked her, right? Like who picked her? Like the voters didn't pick her.
They
That
did not.
and but at the
No.
same time, I'm also of the, well, it's a really short period. Some of the primaries already have passed. They can't really go back to start and say,
Right.
okay, hey, look, you know what? 2 weeks from now, everyone's gonna vote. Right at this point, I could see why they fall on her, because you just got to do it. Um, I still think she's a disaster. She's a
Oh
bumbling
yeah.
idiot. Anytime she's
She
spoken, right?
she's best on the cover of cereal. That's about it. Once you start open up that box, man, it's just like, oh my god. So I can
My
only imagine they'll try to go forward with the idea of it's a woman candidate.
mhm,
She's from African American descent, and she's representing uh, different demographics
sure,
that could be opposite that of Trump. And then BLM comes out and says, I don't know, they mentioned something about the way the way that she was picked. It
yeah,
wasn't legitimate. Now, whether BLM has a big tip with it at the end of the day and they end up backing Kamala regardless, but I just, man, it just doesn't sit well. You got 100 days. That's what she had mentioned in an email
Hmm.
that she sent out to her donors today. 100 days, which isn't very long, man, like you said. And it's like, it's only going to be that much more of a whirlwind
Yeah.
when it comes down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, right? But I still think she's unprepared. She was unprepared to be VP. During the debates, she was awful. She's never demonstrated to be capable in anything, right? Her past, as far as how she ran things, they weren't great to begin with. The whole, you know, um, people say tough on policy on crime, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so basically you call being tough on crime someone that would hide evidence that would set somebody free, right? Because she did
Right,
do that. And then she herself would smoke weed, which is something that her policies would arrest other people for, right?
right,
These are things that need to be brought up again because I think people. I mean, it's new, right? Like it just started this week, but it's time to get down to the nitty gritty. My fear is, man, I hate I hate calling people idiots, but like the idiots out there that don't, bro. I don't know. It's like sometimes I just want to throw my hands up in the air and be like, how can you be so stupid? Like I don't understand. Like how can you not use that gray matter that you have and
right,
or
right,
get past that curtain of emotion that you keep bringing things up that I don't care about, like what you were saying about the whole demographic. I don't care about that,
right,
bro. If I'm working for a company, I want the guy that's gonna be the best and that the guy that's gonna help
right,
us to grow in the industry. I'm not looking for someone that looks like me because if the guy that looks like me is gonna cause us to go bankrupt next year, screw him. Bring in somebody else. That's it. That's
right.
all I care about, right? Um, and that's what we should be focused on. But this, I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I don't believe she's gonna win.
Yeah.
Um, I think she is almost as disliked as Hillary Clinton was, almost. Because I mean, Hillary just had those,
She was bad,
bro.
man.
Those
She
like
was bad.
and I don't get. There was just something about her I did not like, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it, dude. Whereas with Bill Clinton, bro, that guy looks like someone I would love to just have dinner with and
Right.
chill and talk to for hours, right? Just pick his brain and have
Pick his brain.
conversations. Yet she looks, she was something totally different.
She's
Um,
telling you, "Hey, Bill, we gotta go."
right. And like with Harris, like I look at her and I feel like I could talk to her about, like the cartoon Rugrats or the
Right.
Animaniacs, and she'll know what's going on. But if I
Yeah.
start talking about other things, like even just genetics or anatomy
Yeah.
or physiology, like she's gonna be lost there, right?
Yeah.
Because I
Oh,
mean,
no,
you
no
just see
doubt.
that all the time on the news. Like when she doesn't know anything, it's just word salad after word salad that leads to nowhere, and it's like
Nowhere.
you're
Roundabout.
supposed exactly, and it's like what is going, I'm like, these are the people that are representing us, and these
Right.
fools, they're making us look bad, right? I don't know, man. I'm definitely not gonna vote for her. Like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna flat out say it, right? And it's like
Right.
today I was on Yahoo, and somebody was like saying, "Well, I'd rather vote for her than a con man," and I was like, "Well, I rather vote for the con man that at least I have a sense of what
Yeah.
he's going to be shooting for because he's going to look for something that's going to benefit him,
Right.
whereas the other one is a clown and she's just going to smile and giggle and all she's really going to do is let her handlers make the decision, right? Same people who've been telling Biden what to do are the same people that
Right.
are going to be telling her what to do. That's how I see it.
I think that's what it's going toward for sure. It's just the continuance of where we're at. If she gets in, and then imagine her having to deal with international um, topics. I mean, I know she's been the vice president, been around the world a few times already, but I mean, I can only imagine it's just like what a joke times two
Bro,
now.
she's an amateur. Like, let's be real here. As
Right,
far as politicians are concerned, she's an amateur. She can't hold a candle to say someone like Putin,
right.
Macron, bro, even Justin Trudeau, which I hate that freaking guy, right? But at least that guy,
Oh
I've
yeah, yeah,
watched him and I can kind of see. I'm like, okay, the guy does have charisma in the
Right.
sense that,
He
you
can
know, if you
handle a
believe,
crowd. He can
right, if
handle
you
a
believe
room.
the crap that he believes, I could see you kind of buying it. But she has none of that stuff, right? All she has
Right.
is you know, I don't know, but you know, we'll see. Like even as bad, I mean, well, Gavin Newsom is more likable than Kamala Harris. If the problem with Gavin
Right.
Newsom is he actually ran California into the ground, and there are so many examples of what an
Right.
idiot of the choice. Because had he been a man with, let's say, you know, some backbone and pushed back on certain things that they were
Right.
telling him to do,
That makes
because I think
zero
that's what he
sense.
does.
Yeah.
I think he governs by like what the activists in California are constantly telling him to do, right? As opposed
Mm.
to using his brain. Because if
Right.
the guy would use his brain and actually do things the way, bro, like I've seen him talk, and he seems like a likable guy,
Right.
a douchey likable guy, but still somewhat likable, you know?
We'll see where it all goes, man. It's but like you said, it's been what 48, what Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, basically been 2 days, and I mean, it's just so many like you said, the lawsuit. I think or filed a complaint with the FEC. So we'll see where it all goes from here. But man, November can't come soon enough.
Yeah,
And then you still have the DNC, which is going to be wild.
yeah,
But hopefully, hopefully Biden's alive. I know he has. I know he talks tomorrow. Because that would be the last thing you'd want is a dead president.
I
And
still
then,
don't believe he has COVID, so
yeah, I think they just told him, "Hey, man, you're looking bad. It's not I mean, could it be COVID? Maybe, but at
hmm
the end of the day, it's like, dude, you're not doing well health wise, regardless if you had
yeah,
COVID or not. So,
yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. Tomorrow's a new day, and we'll see what new surprises come up. So that's it for today. We're gonna change the format a little bit to everyone out there. Instead of one long session, we're gonna try and cut them down into like several little episodes uh, every other day. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm still working on the solo things, but just so you guys know, to make it easier to follow things, hopefully this format will work, and it'll make it easier for me. Because honestly, I don't have a problem making thumbnails, but I don't want to be cutting up videos looking for the spot. Okay, here, you know, here's the
this
new
is it.
topic. Yeah, there's like one topic we stop, and then once we get to the next one, we could start again and make, you know, so like
All
whatever.
good. Yeah,
Alrighty,
yeah.
guys. Well, thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Or I guess what is it? Yeah,
We're
Wednesday. Tomorrow's
tomorrow's
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
so
We'll do
yeah,
it
we
again
were
tomorrow.
just.
Run it back.
Alrighty, take care, everyone.